Chairman, we have a substitute that I would like to have distributed.
Senator Hager moves and Senator Howell seconds the adoption of the substitute to the bill. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, and the substitute is adopted. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I consider this a fairly significant piece of legislation in that the stakeholders have been working on this for quite some time while we've been here, and just the print is still warm on this. What this does, Mr. Chairman, in the substitute, is designed to ensure that water quality is protected in local streams and downstream waters in connection with construction of any future, I would say future interstate natural gas pipelines greater than 3 feet in diameter that are regulated by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. The bill essentially builds on the experience with the ongoing regulatory process for the two that we have now that are working their way through Mountain Valley Pipeline and Atlantic Coast Pipeline, but it would not apply to those pipelines. It would only apply to any projects applied for after July 1, 2018. The bill clarifies, and this is really the essence of what we're trying to get at, because I know our State Water Control Board and DEQ have struggled with the lack of objective standards for how they would proceed with these applications. The bill clarifies the process by which DEQ and the State Water Control Board will determine whether Virginia will issue a certification required by Section 401 of the Clean Water Act that a proposed pipeline will not harm water quality. For these pipelines, the bill specifies that the 401 certification process will have two parts. First, the bill requires a detailed individual Virginia water protection permit to protect each wetland and stream proposed to be crossed by the pipeline. Second, the bill requires an evaluation of pipeline activities in upland areas not involve wetlands or stream crossings that may result in a discharge to state waters that could adversely affect water quality. The activities to be evaluated include land disturbances, trench digging, and related work. I will try to keep this brief, but it gets into all of the concerns of conservation issues, high water tables, karst geography, proximity to streams and wetlands. The bill also provides for the department's ability to recover its direct costs for services rendered through an administrative charge to the applicant, public notice and comment, and an opportunity to request a public hearing, clarification that the 401 certification decision could be made by either the board or DEQ. Mr. Chairman, there is one issue that was not resolved in this bill. The substitute bill was developed in part with input from a variety of stakeholders from industry, DEQ, and the conservation community. They made significant progress, and consensus is in the bill with one issue, and the reason that it's not in there is litigation on a particular issue, and we're not addressing that in here. The question is which the 401 certification decision must involve board evaluation of final and improved erosion sediment control plans and stormwater plans. The question there is in litigation. It's not included in the bill. Otherwise, and I'm sure there would be people who speak to it if you want to hear from them, I think we have consensus other than that issue, and that's not in the bill.
Does any member of the committee have any questions of Senator Hager on Senate Bill 950? If not, is there anyone who would like to speak very briefly in favor of the bill? Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I'm Peggy Sander from the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Thanks very much to Senator Hanger for his work on this bill, his interest in the subject. I just want to clarify, the Bay Foundation is very grateful for the heart of the bill, which, as Senator Hanger said, is the portion that requires an individual Virginia water protection permit for essentially each of the major water crossings and wetlands crossings anytime a pipeline of this sort is considered. DEQ is very experienced in administering this work, and we think it's appropriate for it to continue to do so. I also wanted to emphasize, as Senator Hanger said, we are among the groups who are concerned about some issues not addressed here that may be addressed by the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. So our gratitude is fulsome, our appreciation of the bill for what it says is strong, but there's lots more that's outstanding, and we just want to note that certain issues may come back before this body in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for being here. Anyone else who would like to speak briefly in favor of the bill?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Peter Anderson. I'm with Appalachian Voices. We also want to echo Ms. Tanner's comments and appreciate what this bill is trying to accomplish here. We appreciate the addition of the DWP permit and the prevention of the Clean Water Act 401 waiver. Those are excellent changes in policy that we really appreciate. We do have one significant concern in the new Article 2.6 section regarding upland conditions. At line 188 of the substitute that I'm seeing, we are concerned about erosion and sediment control, stormwater plans, and karst plans.
Have you discussed that proposed change with Senator Hanger?
I personally have not, but I understand other stakeholders are. So
That's right. I think, Mr. Chairman, that's the essence of your concern is what Ms. Tanner just shared, which is in litigation. So we're not addressing that.
That issue is part of litigation. Sir, not with being abrupt, but we generally don't entertain issues pertaining to pending litigation.
absolutely, and I appreciate
So otherwise, do
that.
you support the bill?
We support the intent of the bill. That's all. Thanks.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Chairman, Mike Town, Virginia League of Conservation Voters, we support the bill.
Thank you for your brevity. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, Harrison Wallace with the Chesapeake Climate Action Network. We share the same concerns as that Voices, but we do support the intent of the bill.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Lessman, you want to be heard? You came all the way down here? I know what an articulate spokesperson you are on this passionate issue. Welcome, sir. Senator Hanger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think what you've heard is the general consensus from industry, those that would be involved in potentially in the future in building pipelines. We had a consensus. We could not address that one issue as it's been expressed here, that's subject to litigation, but I think we have a pretty good bill here to lay out a roadmap for these type of projects for the DEQ and the State Water Control Board.
You have a motion, sir?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move the bill be reported.
It's been moved and seconded that Senate Bill 950 be reported. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, if you'll open the rolls. Here, report the vote, please.
Ayes 14, noes 2.
The bill is reported 14 to 2.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.